Very energetic. Very energetic, right? All right. Give me a moment. I need to set up as well. Good evening, everyone. So, as many of you know, I am a risk manager at a bank, which means my job is to say no with nuance. I say things like, no, we cannot do that without 3 layers of safeguards, or no, we need more documentation before we move forward. I've built a career out of anticipating what could go wrong and planning to avoid it. Honestly, I was born this way. My dad was an entrepreneur. I have his picture up here, my lovey daddy. He was my person. He was an entrepreneur, and he saw opportunity everywhere. He made me nervous. He'd say, you know what would be a good business idea? And I'd immediately respond, but what if it breaks? What if no one comes? What if it costs too much? But that's my nature, to see the pitfalls before I let myself dream of the payoff. So when the temple crafted its new vision and landed on the phrase, daring hope, I'll admit it hit me like kryptonite. Daring is not a word I usually associate with myself. I love looking up things in the Oxford English Dictionary. And the Oxford English Dictionary defines daring as adventurous or audaciously bold. And that has never felt like me. But then I think about Georgetown. When I was a teenager, I dreamed of becoming a Hoya. Georgetown School of Foreign Service was the goal. I wanted to be a diplomat. And I know those of you who are younger in the room don't know this, but when I received the thin envelope, I was crushed. And I shelved that dream, and I took the safer path. I went to law school, and I chose a steady career. But last year, when life was anything but calm, my mom's Parkinson's had worsened, my daughter was 15, and I was leading a demanding project at the bank. I said yes to something bold, a master's program at Georgetown in International Business and Policy, a joint program with the School of Foreign Service. It was hard, but it was extraordinary. I studied in DC, in Frankfurt, in Vietnam. I learned alongside people from across the world, leaders from nonprofit, corporate, and public sectors who challenged and inspired me. And last month, I graduated. Not because the timing was perfect or safe, but because I let hope guide the way. I think about Alan too. I had the gift of watching Alan serve as our president. He has led us through major milestones, like crafting a new strategic plan and supercharging our development efforts. But more than that, he has shown that daring hope lives in the everyday, in the way he shows up fully for Temple life, in the trust he places in relationships, in his belief that simply being present with consistency, with kindness, with curiosity, can cultivate something meaningful. Rabbi Knight echoed this beautifully in a High Holidays message, these past High Holidays. He reminded us that daring to hope doesn't mean having all the answers. It means choosing to show up anyway, to listen, to build, to hold space for one another, even when the path forward isn't clear. And so I've come to understand that hope isn't the opposite of realism. In fact, they are companions. Hope dares us to dream of what could be. Realism helps us to build it step by step. Hope asks us to say yes. Realism ensures we show up with integrity, consistency, and care. We need both in leadership, in community, in life. And here's what that can look like. It can be coming to Shabbat services on Friday night even if you're exhausted, and I'm exhausted, even if your soul feels flat from the trials of the week, because you know that the melodies, that the calm, that the sense of belonging will slowly begin to fill you back up. It's choosing to show up proudly Jewish, even when the world feels uncertain. Wearing a Star of David necklace or a kippah, not in defiance, but in faith, as an act of our identity, as an expression of our pride, as a quiet reminder that we belong everywhere we go. It's finding out that someone in our community has lost a parent and saying yes to attending their Shiva Minyan, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's across town, because showing up in grief is one of the holiest ways we practice hope. It's joining a tribe, even if you're an introvert, who dreads small talk, and discovering that you're not alone, that someone needed your presence just as much as you needed theirs. Like our hiking tribe, where people connect by sitting in a circle, not by sitting in a circle, but by walking in step, breathing in nature, and simply being together. This is the kind of spirit our community needs from us, not perfect, not polished, but present, rooted in faith, knowing that if we keep showing up with intention, something good will grow. So, let us be the ones who act even when it's hard. Let us be the ones who lead, not just from the head, but from the heart. Let us be the ones who dare to show up. Let us be the ones who dare to build. Let us be the ones that dare to hope. As I step into this role, I will strive to lead in that same spirit, and I invite each of you to do the same. Together, like Alan has modeled so beautifully, we can keep showing up, we can keep building, and we can keep daring to hope. Thank you. Thanks. That's really sweet. Thank you. We will conclude with a closing song from